Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Got the D-Man here, and I'm glad you could join me today. Today's topic is going to be belief. The power of belief. Why did I choose belief? Because belief determines everything you do, every action you take, and every thought you make. Believing creates your reality. What is it? You don't believe what you see, rather you see what you believe. Now, how can that be? You say, well, there's a tree out there. If I see that tree, that's a tree. I don't just believe it, it's actually there. I believe it because I see it. Yes, the tree is reality, or it's our third dimension reality. I'm not sure which dimension that is. Okay, but anyway, it's the reality we believe to be solid and real. But according to what has transpired in your life, the situations you've been through, the programs you've allowed to come into your mind from your parents, from the media, you will see that tree differently than someone else will see it. One person may look at it as something really beautiful. You look at it as a tree, just a tree. So there you both have different beliefs which form the way you see that tree, how that tree impresses you, what it means to you. The same as a beautiful girl. Why is it one man can look at a girl and think she's a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, and another man looks at her and thinks she's a 6? Same girl, different perception. Each of us see reality within our mind. We don't see it out there. We all think it's out there, but we see it within our mind. It goes through our eyes, reflects back on a part of our brain. I'm not quite sure the details of how that works, but you don't see it out there, you see it in here. Everything you hear in here. And it all goes through the filters you have acquired from your birth. The things you have learned, the things you have been taught to believe are true, are reality. Reality is malleable because it all occurs within you. Some people say, well, what do you think, you're the center of the universe? The reality is you are the center of your universe because you see the universe within yourself. You see the moon within yourself. You don't see it out there. You say it's out there, but it's not out there, it's within you. That's why any change you want to make in your outer world has to begin first within you. You have to change your beliefs or change your thoughts, change the way you're thinking about things. Now, how does this relate to women and getting a girl or dating girls? Okay, if you believe you are the prize, if you believe you are a 10, I believe I'm a 10. Do I care if you believe that or not? It does not matter. If I believe that, I project that. If I don't believe it, I don't project it. If I approach a girl who I think is beautiful, and I think I'm beautiful, and I'm a 10, and I'm somebody, I'm valuable, guess what? She will perceive me as such. And regardless whether she acts like she does or not, I will know my value. It doesn't matter whether she accepts my approach or my invitation. I know who I am. I know I have value because I believe I have value. And when you really believe something inside, such as I have value, it will be witnessed to you in the outer world. What do I mean by that? People will start treating you in a way that shows you that you do have value, but they will never treat you as you have value, or I say, like you have value, until you first believe that within yourself. There have been times in my life where I didn't even realize it, but I was not valuing myself as well as I should have, okay? Or as well as I could have. You can should all over yourself. That's a word I try to keep out of my vocabulary, should, because it implies regret that you could have done something better, when in reality, whatever you did in the past, you did it the best you knew how at the time. We judge our past with the wisdom and knowledge we have in this present moment. And we can't do that because If we made a mistake in the past, like approaching a girl and she shot us down and we walked away feeling like a piece of crap, and now we think, God, I wouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't have felt that way. Well, you felt that way because you didn't know any better. You didn't have the value inherent within you that you have today. So you can't beat yourself up for past mistakes. But your value is projected from within you to the outer world. And the outer world will reflect that value back to you. The way people treat you, the things that come into your life, the situations you encounter will all be reflected back to you. As far as that goes, everything that happens in your outer world is a reflection back to you of who you are, what you're thinking, and your dominant beliefs. But the good news is you can change your beliefs. If you feel like you're not worthy, or that all these girls that you want to date are better than you, are more attractive than you, have more going for them than you do, this is just a belief that can be changed. Okay, but you say, yeah, Mark, but I'm ugly, I don't have a job, I'm out of shape. I'm not like Joe over there, man. He's in good shape, he's 6 feet tall, he's muscular, he knows how to talk to women. Okay, if that's true, Joe has just developed a belief over time that he is what Joe is. And what you're seeing on the outside is what is projected from the inside of Joe. Well, guess what? You can have the same thing on the inside of you. And when you have that internal belief on the inside of you, it will be projected into the outer world. And people will see you as you see Joe now, as a successful, suave man with the women, good shape, muscles. These are all things that you can transform yourself. If you're out of shape, you can go to the gym. But if you look at yourself in the mirror every day and tell yourself how out of shape you are, how ugly you are, how you focus on your body's kind of saggy and fat, you're just going to get more of that. When you look in the mirror, look for something about your body that you like. Okay, you say, well, Mark, I don't like anything about that. Well, here's the deal. If you got a dark cloud, a storm cloud, you got to look for the silver lining. So you got to look in there for the silver lining. Let's say it's your eyes. Look into your eyes. Let's say your eyes are brown or blue and they're really sparkly and they glisten. Focus on that. Do you have a nice smile? Focus on that. Do you like your hair? Focus on that. Find something good about yourself that you like. And every time you look in the mirror, talk about how beautiful that is, how great you look, how your eye, let's say it's your eyes, how your eyes just can peer into the hearts of women, how you can look deeply into their eyes and they just kind of shudder when you do that. Yeah, it's not real, but if you tell yourself that long enough with conviction, look deeply into your eyes, into the mirror, and tell yourself as if you believe it. And I'm telling you, if you're consistent with this, you will come to believe it, and then the outer world will bear witness to that. People will say things to you like, man, your eyes are beautiful. You got the deepest eyes. Or they'll say things, but you have to be aware and you have to believe it. You don't have to believe it when you start, but you have to believe it. Well, you will come to believe it in time. And then the world, as I said, will bear witness to that. Your beliefs do create your outer reality. Why do you think one man is a millionaire and another man is poor? Is it because the man has $1 million or tens of millions of dollars and the other man has nothing? No, these are effects. The millionaire has a millionaire's consciousness. The poor man has the consciousness of a poor man. But you say, Mark, but what about these people born into poverty? Yes, that's true. They are born into poverty, but they can rise out of that. The hard thing is, or the difficult thing for these people is, the only people they are around are poor people. If you took that person out of the poverty and he was willing to change, to grow, to accept new ideas and put him around a millionaire, it would be better if he did it when he was a young child. He would adopt a consciousness of a millionaire and he would become a millionaire. And the outer world would prove what he is on the inside, would bear witness to what he is on the inside. The problem is when a person grows up in poverty, all he hears and all he's programmed with, all that is input into him, into his subconscious mind during the impression period, which is about from 0 to 7 years old, I think. It's a time when his conscious mind can't filter things out. He doesn't know the difference between what is really true and what is not true. So he develops his beliefs during that time. And if he's around poor people, then he's going to believe that we live in a world of lack. But the reality is there is no lack. Man created lack with his mind, with his thoughts. Look out there. Are there a lack of trees? Is there a lack of grass? Is there a lack of air? You're still breathing, aren't you? Is there a lack of water in the world? But you will find different places in the world where there is no water. Only dirty water, where people actually die from it. Now, why don't they have water? Because of greed and different things like this. When people, even people from other parts of the world where there is plenty of water, obviously, donate money or donate water to these people, their own people will steal it. Because of greed, these people die, okay? For lack of food, for lack of water, for lack of other things that you need to protect yourself in an environment, the environment of the world. So where does the lack come from? The lack is created by man through greed and through other various avenues of selfishness. So there is no lack. But when you grow up thinking there's lack, you see lack, you believe lack, you create lack, because all you think of is lack. A person who grows up in a rich, affluent home, he never hears his parents talking about, oh, I don't know how I'm going to pay the bill. There's never enough money. There's always more month than money. And money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think we are, Rockefeller? And on it goes. We can't afford that. They hear all these, so they grow up believing and are programmed to believe that there's lack in the world, but there's not. There was only lack in the minds of their parents and the influential figures in their lives as they were growing up. And they took this in because they didn't know any better because they were young. The good news is you can change this. That's why it's so important to be around people who believe that there is no lack, who believe in affluence and abundance in whatever, whether it be the dating world, business, financial, money, whatever it happens to be. And these people will rub off on you, so to speak. You do become part of what you are around. Make a conscious effort to be around people who don't see lack, who see only abundance in the world. Well, you may say, hey, Mark, there's no people like that around here. Well, if you're watching me today, you have a phone, you have a cell phone. You can get YouTube. You can be on there listening to those people all day long. There are many people on there who are very affluent and abundant, who talk about affluence and abundance. Listen to those people over and over and over again. And you will develop a mind of abundance, of affluence, okay? That's all you have to do. You can reprogram your mind. It takes time. You did not get to where you are overnight. You were not programmed in one day to believe that there's lack. So don't expect that to happen in 2 days or a week even. It takes months possibly, even years for some people, because it took years for you to develop this false belief of lack in a world of abundance, okay? Smash that like button, subscribe. If you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com and get a copy of my book, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Book Depository, and other global booksellers. This book will inspire you and encourage you to get up and never give up. Okay, have a great day. Thanks for joining me.